Hey math friends, this is a video to review some questions for our standard NBT.1. So the first question says, how many times larger is the value of 230,000 than 230? I'm going to use my place value chart to help me. So I'm going to first put in my number 230,000, and then I'm going to put in the number 230. I'm going to see first I'm going to draw arrows until I get from this place value in the hundreds to this place value in the 100,000s. So 1, 2, 3. Every time we go up, it's multiplying by 10. So times 10, times 10, times 10. So it went up times 10, times 10, times 10. But we have to remember, every time we're multiplying it by 10, we're not adding those 10s. So it's not 30 times larger. We have to solve this. 10 times 10 equals 100. And then it still went up again. So 100 times 10 equals 1,000. So the value 230,000 is 1,000 times larger than the number 230. A way that we could check our work with that is we could do 230 times 1,000 equals, so I underlined my numbers that are, I'm going to move this down here so you could see it better. 230 times 1,000 equals blank. So I'm going to underline the numbers that are not 0 in my problem. 23 times 1 gives me 23. And then I'm going to count the amount of zeros, and that's how many zeros will be in my answer. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. After 3 places, I put a comma. If this number is equivalent to this number, then we are right. The number 230,000 is 1,000 times larger than the number 230. Let's move on to the next problem. How many times greater is the value of 4 in 54,782 than the value of 4 in 26,408? Same here again. I'm going to write the two numbers into my place value chart. So I'm going to write 54,782, and then I'm going to write the number 26,408. So it's asking me to compare the value of the 4s. So I'm going to underline the 4s. So my first 4 is in the hundreds place, and my next 4 is in the thousands place. I'm going to do the same thing I did in the last one by drawing my arrow over until we get to the next place value. So because this one's in the hundreds and I'm just going over to the thousands place, I know that once we go one place value, it's times 10. So the answer to this question would be that the 4 in 54,782 is 10 times greater than the value of the 4 in 26,408. Last question says, how does the value represented by the digit 8 in 187 compare to the value of the 8 in 98? So I'm going to again put both numbers in here, 187 and 98. It's asking me about the value of 8, so I'm going to underline both 8s. And then I'm going to see how many times larger the first 8 is than the second 8. Here again, I'm going to draw an arrow over, and I'm going to say that this is times 10 larger. So same here again. The value of 8 in 187 is 10 times larger than the value of 8 in 98. Let's do one more example. If the question asked us to compare the value of 3 in this number, we will review it in a second. 1,327 and 453. If we had to compare the value of 3 in these two numbers, I would underline the value of both, and I'm going to draw arrows until I get to my other numbers. So I'm going to start at this 3 and try to get to this 3. 1, 2. I know every time I draw an arrow, I write times 10 on top of it, times 10 on top of it. Now I have to do my solution, which is 10 times 10, my equation, and I'll get 100. So the value of from this 3 to this 3 is 100 times larger.